Ligia from Brazil.
Yeah.
Yes, and you flew to the Netherlands for 11 hours on a plane.
Yeah.
It's a long journey. Is this your first time in Amsterdam?
No. Actually, I've been here because of research. So to Congress to present my work that I used to do. So I've been here like 4 or 5 times before. But I knew it's a wonderful place to be, to meet together with wonderful people. So it's worth it to fly
Right.
11 hours and here you know we have 5 hours difference jet lag. It's hard to deal with coming here, stay for 3 days and coming back, but it's worth it.
It's worth it still. So then it must be very valuable.
Yeah.
And what is that value to you coming here?
It brings different ideas and different point of view of helping cancer patients. So I've been working with these patients for 15 years doing research. So I did my PhD and my postdoc and then another postdoc working with patients that they have a rare disease. So they develop a high frequency of cancer much more than the population. So we were doing research for so many years trying to understand the genesis of the oncology on these people, to understand why do they get cancer. So
not so much what is the cancer, but why.
And how it becomes a cancer in a genetic point of view.
So, and what is the value for you to be here? Because when you make a journey of 11 hours, it must be valuable for 3 days. What is the value to you?
Well, the value is all the amount of different informations that we have here coming from different point of view, from head of director, a central bank, and a physician, and a nurse, and patient advocates, and coming all over the world, from Algeria, from Brazil, and for South Africa, and from so many places with different point of views and minds that we want to listen and to learn.
Yes, because your field is research, right?
Yeah.
And what exactly is it that you are researching?
So I've been working with understanding genetics and cancer. So I work with patients who have a high frequency of cancer because of genetic mutations. So I've been working for 15 years trying to understand why do they have so many cancers. And so
it's people who develop cancers over and over again.
Over and over again because they have a rare disease. So they born with a mutation. So they born with a mutation that so they don't have a DNA repair system. We all have a DNA repair system to keeps our DNA out of mutations, and mutations leads to cancer. So as they don't have the systems, they have lots of cancer.
And develop cancers, and they need to be treated and develop cancer again.
Yes. And why do they have so many cancers? Because they are exposed to the main DNA damage cause on Earth, that is the sun. So skin cancer is the most common cancer all over the world because of the sun exposition. So we have a way to be protected and to prevent it, a very good way when you use the sunscreen. Yes. And
is that still a good idea?
It's still a good idea.
Did you hear some people saying that no, you shouldn't?
No.
That's not your belief.
No, not at all. We can see and we can measure in the lab the protection of the sunscreen in the DNA. We extract the DNA, we quantify the lesions, and we measure mutations.
So scientifically proven, you should.
Yes.
Put your sunscreen on.
And you can see from these patients, they have 10,000 more sensitivity to the sun than us. So if I don't use sun protection, I'll have cancer, 2 cancers when I'm 40 and 50 and 60. But if they don't protect themselves, they will have hundreds of cancer in their first year of life. It's much more aggressive because of the rare disease. But the reason is the same. It's the same from us and is the same from them. But after 15 years doing research and being in contact with the patients and having their knowledge and their questions, I realized that all the studies that we've been doing for so many years in the lab and the knowledge transferring for these patients it's just a few that came to them. So they have no idea how sun could be so damaged for them. And it's the main cause of the disease.
It has been researched over and over again for a long time. We know a lot about this, but still it didn't come to the people that needed it most.
Yes, they have no idea how it works. They have no idea how it works.
And by result, they don't protect themselves appropriately.
Yes, and as they have so many surgeries, really, it's more than 100. And you start to, when you do a surgery in your face, your face is the most pressure part of your body because it shows everything from you. And you have to take out your nose, your mouth, you lose your eyes, you start to lose a huge part of your body because of the huge amount of surgeries that you do.
And it could have been prevented.
Could it be prevented? And we understand that we need to do this in the beginning of the since you were born, and because when the times goes by, it becomes harder for you to teach about the sun protection. Why? Because the person had so many pain with all the surgery, and he is in a big depression, and it's really hard to understand everything that needs to be done to decrease the amount of cancer that they have. They also develop internal tumors, also develop neurological problems because of disease. So it's not an easy task to just say you have this disease and you cannot go out in the sun, you cannot live as everybody else. You need to support the patient with
to change life and to adjust, right, to their circumstances.
To go to the school, to explain to the teachers, explain to the other children why this person is different, how can they help them, how can we help them, and none of this is done in Brazil. Right. So this is why I became part of the Inspire2Live.
You picked this up to actually do this?
Yes, and then it came to me that information without any action is nothing. It's nothing. Although you struggle for 40, 50 years studying, trying to understand, if it will not end with an action.
You're the proof of it. You know by study 15 years what the outcome is. Yes. If you don't apply to what you know, then it's useless. I do understand what you say. So that's why you joined Inspire2Live.
Yes, it's Inspire2Live. It's a way that I realize myself that it's a very good way to keep going with research and have an impact on real lives.
So you still do your research as well?
Yes, I'm doing the research together with Inspire2Live right now in a different focus. I'm not part of a wet lab as I used to do, because I used to do DNA sequencing and data analysis and all of this. And now the research is focused on actions that could help this and support these patients in their way. So now patients are the center of the decisions and the proposal.
It sounds like very, very important work that you do right now. Must be inspiring to do this.
Yes, yes. And even when we come here and we talk about it, and you feel very grateful to be part of it, to have the chance to be part of it. Yeah.
Yes, because that makes me curious, because you're already doing this. Like, what is the added value to be part of Inspire2Live if you just could have decided yourself, this is what I'm going to be doing in my home country. I know what needs to be done. I'm going to do it. That is, I am going to apply the knowledge to the people that need it. Now you joined Inspire2Live. What is the added value?
Yeah, Inspire2Live, I could actually see the powerful mean of connecting people. Sometimes you are struggling to find a solution because you are on your own, or you are in your small bubble, and there is someone next to you that you haven't heard about, but someone knows about that could help you. And then for me, the main work with Inspire2Live is knowing the value of connecting people that want to do good things and embrace your proposal, because it's there is a meaning for this. Yeah.
So it's connecting, inspiration, and learning as well. Yes. So worth it again.
A practical example for I'm trying to find a way for these people to go out and be protected in a way that when you look, you are not afraid of it, because they have lots of stigma and prejudice, because you have to go out like an astronaut going to the moon. You have to be all locked and protected.
This is actually the life of these people.
Yes. So what actually happens is that they feel the prejudice and they skip up using, because they don't want to be treated like a moon person, you know?
This results in disease again.
Yes, and then we result in more disease. So I'm trying to develop a way that they say to me how it would be usable, you know? Would you wear this? What would you wear? What would you like? What would you prefer? I was talking to Peter.
This is what you ask to the patients.
Yes.
Right.
What would be the most suitable wear that you could actually use it? Yes. And I was talking to Peter, and then I talked about plastic that a patient told me about. And then Peter told, oh, I know a guy from a huge industry company here that works with building project. He might know about this plastic. And then the guy said, yes, I know, I can send you for free. And if the patients use it, it means nothing for me, and I can give it to you. So
that's a simple solution. Yes. And so meaningful.
Yeah. Exactly. That's.
Just to conclude, one word, if you would say, this is why it's worth for me going to the Netherlands for 3 days to join the Inspire2Live conference, what would it be?
Connecting to brilliant minds that want to do good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for this opportunity.